How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. This week at Laguna Seca, one of the most difficult, technical, crazy tracks in my opinion, and not just me. I think lots of people agree with me that this is a crazy track. So we're going over my first decent lap of the week. This track is just so hard to get the hang of, but we're gonna get to an okay lap to start and get the first race done. Um, and as we go over this first lap, I want to ask you, if you can, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It's the beginning of everything. I'm learning everything, so if you can support me with that, I'll be really happy. Thank you so much. So as far as right now, we're actually losing time, but after this tricky turn dash jump, which in my opinion is really fun, we're gonna start to gain a little bit of time there. Not much as far as right now. Yeah, a few hundreds, and then I think after this turn, yep, we're gonna gain about 3/10 and try to carry as much as we can through this last corner. Lost a little bit, gain about 2/10 there, and finish getting a 127.9. Not too bad. That's gonna put us on the top 1000 of the world, which is not bad for the moment. That was the beginning of the race. Not really woo about this race. I was actually nervous because I was just worried that something was gonna happen. I would spin, hit those crazy sausages that really disturb the car, or something is gonna happen, someone's gonna bump me. But let's see. All right, so first race of the week, starting in 5th. Not too bad. All I want is to continue in 5th, hopefully, and have a clean race without crazy events. Like, I'm not expecting to win this race, really. All I want is to survive and make it to the end. So, going over the first few turns there, I think we all did an okay job. It's noticeable that we all kind of go wide sometimes because we are all racing on softs on the qualifying, and then when we get to the actually race, we put on the hards and we don't know how to drive the car. So I think it's really smart to practice on the hards on the qualifying too before the race, so you know what it feels like to drive with them, because it's like night and day from softs to hards on this car. I think most cars, but especially this one at this track, everything kind of changes a lot. Easy to make a mistake there. You see, I got a half a second penalty. It's gonna cost me a little bit as we approach the last turn. This guy's gonna kind of dive bomb us, kind of crazy move there, but all right, not bad. Spin out. Going ahead to lap number 7. As we are approaching pit time, I think that's the strategy for this race. Starting on the hards, go about 7 laps. I think that's the sweet spot for you to get a good use of the softs without getting them to 0 life by the end of the race. So as we go in, we approach the big moment of this race. Look, yeah, I selected hards by mistake, and you see my reaction there. Just couldn't believe what just happened. So I put on the wrong tires. All I could do really was quit, unfortunately. Now, starting in 2nd, really quick, another crazy race with something really unexpected. So as you can see, we are going towards the last lap, and we are still in 2nd. the position where we started, which is not bad. I think I was really happy that I survived, that everything was doing fine, and I was gonna get a P2. But then as we approach this turn, you're gonna see, yeah, black. That's what I saw. I was like, what's going on? I had sound, but my TV was just black. My capture card just decided to glitch. I have no idea what happened. It hasn't happened again. But I was just confused. Look at me. I'm like, what the heck happened here? So yeah, lost that race. Didn't even finish. Now moving on to the best race of the week. Starting in first, managed to get a 127.2, which at that time was probably around 600, top 5 to 600 in the world, which is not bad. I think it was all right at that time. So starting first, I always feel the pressure. I actually, even though it's nice, I actually don't enjoy really starting first because it's a lot of pressure. You don't get slipstream, so you really gotta perform really good if you want to make it all the way to the end in first. So I'll try to get the braking point right because it's a different speed. We're a little bit slower, but we get it. I think it's pretty okay. But as you can see, the P2 is already right on my tail. And I'm just trying to keep up. You know what I'm saying? Not make any mistakes. Lap 1, really easy to make mistakes. You know, you're all nervous. You don't want to lose the position and this and that. And you can see the gap from the guy behind just shrinking, really. And I noticed he was quite quick, so I just let him go. And I had a feeling he was on soft, so I didn't want to fight too much because I know he wasn't worth it. And weird moment there, he kind of slows down too much for that turn, which you don't really brake as much. And I ended up bumping him. Not too bad. Going through this fun part of the track, even though it's really tricky. Now in P2, and you can see he starts to pull away quite a bit. It's kind of crazy, but I had a feeling that he was on softs, so I wasn't too worried about it. There's nothing you can do if you are on hards against someone on softs. So you just let him go because they're a lot quicker. You're not gonna be able to maintain, and you both are gonna lose a lot of time trying to battle for something that's not really possible. So jumping a little bit ahead on lap number 5, as you can see, the gap from P1 is 5 seconds, so he's definitely pulling away. The guy behind us is pretty comfortable gap, 2 seconds behind us. But then I'm gonna go through a big moment right there. Oh my god, something that's really easy to happen. You can end up in that wall, and that's really sad. Thankfully I was able to save it, but I was just trying to recover from that, and the guy obviously closed the gap, and I ended up losing the position, unfortunately. But it happens. This track is really hard to not make a mistake throughout the whole race, but it's okay. Still P3. Let's continue. Let's keep up. Try to recover, and hopefully, not lose the race completely. So the guy actually makes a mistake there. It's an easy mistake to make, by the way. That's a really tricky corner, and I actually take P2 back. All right, so we are on lap number 6, and as you can see, he's behind. But let's keep an eye on the mirror. Going through this turn, you can see he actually goes into the pit lane. So I was expecting an undercut from him, because if you think about it now, he's gonna be a full lap on a faster tire than I will be. So jump into lap number 7 where I pit now. And look at that. I managed to put the right tires on. That's amazing. And that's my team doing an amazing job there. Oh my god. Thank you guys. Amazing. Even though this pit stop takes about a minute. That's crazy. But as you can see, look at him. I got undercutted, which is okay. It happens. You know, it's strategy that worked for him at this moment. I go a little bit wide there. He's still cold tires, trying to get used to the softs. Still, again, a little bit wide. He goes completely wide there. Goes for a little bit of a rally, but now it's time for me. Oh, look at that. P1 actually hit it, and he was indeed on softs. So it's time for me to try to gain, because at one point in this race he was like 9 seconds ahead of me, and now he's pitting and putting hards. We are on lap number 8, and I have roughly 4 laps to close the gap with him and hopefully recover the position. But we still have to deal with the guy in front of us. That's in theory in second, you know, as all the people in front of us just pitted. So let's see how that's gonna go. I'll keep racing. I'll keep pushing now that I have good tires. And Bry right there is on hards now. He just left. If you look at the gap, he's 7 seconds ahead of us. A pretty decent gap, actually 8. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to catch up with them, you know. But I was gonna do my best and try to get as close as I can. Obviously making faster laps there. But pretty good race so far, besides everything that happened. Now, if you look at the gap, we jump over to lap number 10. He's 5 seconds ahead of us, so almost 3 seconds gained. And we are right behind P2. Trying to go for overtake because I need to capitalize these tires. I can't waste time battling with this guy. I need to get closer to P1, so I need to make a move. So out of this lap, this turn, I have a better exit, so I'm gonna go for a fake move there. Kind of distracted him, probably looking in the mirror. He goes really wide, and I get P2. So nice move there. Unfortunately, he fell for it, but it's good for us. We gain a position. Now we're back in P2, and the gap from P1 is actually 3 seconds now, so the gap is dropping quite a bit and quite fast. So I'm happy with my pace. Obviously, I'm not the fastest guy on the planet. I'm still an A driver, hoping to get it to A+ soon, but still a lot to improve. But my pace was alright at this race, and I was happy with it. And actually closing the gap was amazing. Now jumping over to lap 12, I'm actually half a second behind him, and now basically right behind him. So we were able to recover from a gap, from an almost 10 seconds gap, 9 seconds gap, down to right behind him. So I'm really happy. So onto this turn right here, he actually goes a little wide. I don't know if he also gets distracted just like the other guy did, looking at his mirror. But we got the move done, which is awesome. Now we are back in P1, and there's basically a lap and a half to the end of the race. Really happy. So all I'm gonna do now is try to keep up. I'm not gonna go crazy, because he's on worse tires than we are, slower tires than we are, so I don't have to push super hard. All I have to do is be consistent and not make a mistake. That's crucial right there. So as you can see, I'm pulling away. I'm about a second now away from him, so I'm definitely quicker now. I don't really have to worry as much. I have to worry about me being consistent and not making a mistake. As we head towards the end of lap number 12, heading to the last lap. Really happy. Really happy. So moving over to the last lap, funny moment right there, sad moment to the guy behind. If you look in the mirror, look at him. Oh my god, he goes completely wide onto the gravel. Really sad moment for him. Loses speed too, and now the guy behind us is 7 seconds behind us. So we are in a really comfortable place right there, doing the last and final section of the track, heading over to the last turn to hopefully, let's see, yeah, there we go. There's gonna be a P1. You can see that I'm already really happy after a really eventful week at this crazy and technical track. Really technical course, but actually funny once you get the hang of it. But that was an amazing race. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. I'm sorry if I said something wrong. English is not my first language, but I had so much fun recording, playing, and now editing the video. Thank you so much. See you next time.